Yes, good job. Hi everyone, Dog Logic here, and today we are talking about degrees of freedom. So if you followed me before, you've probably seen some of this stuff, but I thought I would explain it again and give you a demo of one way that you can add this into your training. So what is a degree of freedom, first of all, and why is it important? So if we think about our training, we want to think we work in a choice-based manner, right? Now, if I ask the dog to sit and the dog sits, I give her the treat. That was choice-based training, right? Because she had the choice to sit and get the treat. But the problem is she did not have a second option. There was only one way for her to get that treat, and that was for her to sit. So that's not genuine choice. If I had provided two acceptable responses, so two ways for her to get that treat, one would be sitting and one would be something else, then that means she has 1 degree of freedom in her training. Let me know if that doesn't make sense. But by doing this, we know for sure whether or not our dogs actually enjoy the tasks that we've asked them to do, or they're actually willing to do the tasks that we've asked them to do, or if they're just not as comfortable as we think they are. Because a lot of the time, dogs will do things for us, and it looks like it's voluntary and they're happy to. But the thing is, it is voluntary, but it's still been coerced. Given the choice to not do it, they choose that. So your realistic question here is, well, how do I do that in all my daily training? And you could make it a case of every single thing you ask for has 2 acceptable options, 2 acceptable answers. Now, this could get quite tricky with various different things. So one really easy way that I absolutely love, I'm going to need you out the way for a second, sweetheart. We'll show you right now, is to use something like a little traffic cone. Now I'm going to have to hold on to this one for a second because Aya knows this very well, so she's going to show us up very quickly. Touch. Yes. Now, all you need is your, oops, you need to throw your treats on the floor apparently. All you need is your dog. So today, demo dog, Aya. We need our treats and we need something that we're going to use. So I have got a little traffic cone. Now I use a lot of cones in my training, hence why this one has got the black stripes painted on it. You're just so desperate. It's got the black stripes on it so that it's visually different for you. Now, all we need to do is decide on the behavior. So the behavior I want is for Aya to stick her nose on the end of the cone. Now, when you are training this in the first place, I like to go for a capture rather than a lure. Dogs are incredibly nosy. They will stick their noses on anything. Yes. And obviously, if you've got your reward marker, you use that to bridge the moment that she does the right thing. Yes. Well, you get the treat to her. There you go. So obviously, in the beginning, we can make this quite interesting. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes. And when she gets nosy and puts her nose on it, yes. Then we can pop the cone out somewhere else. Yes. Go and get it. Yes. Well done. And we want to move the cone around to make sure that she actually understands what the behavior is. Yes. So what happens is the dog learns that that's a free pass. Yes. All I have to do is put my nose on that cone and I win a reward. Yes. Now, once you've trained this, your goal from there on onwards, you want your dog to know how to do it, just like Aya, but then we want her to never do it again. That's our goal. We want our dog to be so in our training with us that they don't want to do that. They don't want to choose that. They want to choose with us. So it's a very interesting balance that we want to work with. But the other thing is that it gives us so much information, because if we're doing something with our dog and then suddenly they stop doing the thing that we've asked for and start going for the traffic cone, that tells you that they would rather do that than do what we're asking. Tells you something's not necessarily wrong with what we're doing, but the dog is finding that difficult. And it gives us information. We go, right, okay, I need to make this easier. I need to make her want to do it more. How do I do that? You can change the situation. Maybe you were training too close to a wall and you're a bit proximity nervous, like you. Or maybe the AC was blowing it that way, or who knows, whatever it could be. It could be a million different things. But then you want to be able to have your cone, yes. And remember, you always reinforce for doing that. She always gets a treat for touching that cone, yes. But then you add this into your normal training sessions. Aya, touch. Yes. So she has had 2 ways to achieve that treat. Down. Yes. So even though she didn't do the down, she had true choice. Touch. Yes. High five. Down. Yes. So I'm getting information right now. Aya doesn't want to lie down. Isn't that interesting? Yes. Touch. Yes. Sit. Yes. She doesn't want to sit. She wants to do something more active. She wants to move. Yes. And that's absolutely fine. That's giving me information. It tells me that right now I am being far too boring for this dog. Yes. And it means I can be a better trainer. I can be a better partner for her as well. Yes. And remember, don't leave this cone sitting out all the time, because otherwise you will spend your life like, yes, like this. But when you're doing a training session, stick one out. Right, you ready? Down. Down. Yes. She doesn't want to do the down. I got to go and do something more fun. But there you go. That is what a degree of freedom is. That's what it's for, and that is how you train one. Good job. Good job. So for this time, we will say goodbye from me, Helene, and Aya, the demo dog, and we'll see you in the next one. Yes. High five. Good job.